Flexing for Giannos in the parking lot. Hanging with the dealers, I just went and bought another watch. I just made a super stretch, think I need another pot. Bougie got some super cat, I just bought another watch. Automatic zipper glitch, yeah, that's a super flex. About to turn up on my ex, yeah, that's a super flex.
So, alright, gang, I know who it is, man. It's Drop once again. We back in the building. And y'all know what today is. Today is Throwback Tuesday, so you know what it is, gang. I did a video last night. I mean, I suppose I had linked this J video to the video I dropped last night, but I got caught up in some shit. And long story short, I didn't link it. So I'm about to drop it now. That's why I'm not even going to go through a whole lot of conversations. Y'all just make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm always going to say that. You did better on the last video than most people have been doing. Just hit the like button, gang. I don't ask for a lot. Like I said, for the ones that know about Jay, it's Throwback Tuesday. For the ones that don't, go Google a brother. I mean, worst case scenario, he's worth Googling. You feel me? And y'all know how you got to do this. That's why I got to do this little commentary, man. The world wasn't feeling Jay. So I'm going to have to chop and screw his videos up. You know, when he was out in the free, man. Free, before I start this video, man. Free Grandmaster Jay, free Ozone. Everybody that's incarcerated on the false terms, free them brothers, man. And women, because it's not like women don't get locked up too. Not going to make this one-sided. So we freeing everybody that don't need to be in that situation. Some need to be there. I mean, I done been in there. So some need to be in there. But there's a lot of people in there, man, that's in there for the wrong reasons. You feel me? So we gonna free them people, yo. Free Jay, free Ozone, free all your family members that's in there for shit they didn't even do. I mean, but back to this Jay video, gang. I'm about to drop this video, and if you want, I got to do like a part 1 and a part 2. Don't blame that shit on me. Talk to YouTube about it. They're not going to let me run the whole video without flagging it. So I'm going to have to talk a little bit in the beginning. But y'all know how these videos go. At the end of the day, you get the best of the best coming from Jay. So y'all hear from this dude himself, yo, gang. I'm going to hit you at the end. Love you.
Hey, back in the place to be. Y'all know I got a whole lot to say tonight. I want to welcome each and every one of y'all who take a little bit of your time to hang out with your boy tonight. You know, a whole lot has happened this weekend, so tonight is going to be facts with a little bit of feelings thrown in. We have to throw a little bit in. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram at the same time. As y'all know, this is the most interrupted live stream on all of social media. If you don't believe it, look at what happened this weekend. And for all of you people who like to eat off of the Grandmaster Jay, because you like to pick my videos apart, because you know you hear the message, but at the same time, you don't want to repeat the message because it makes you look like a liar all this time. So you break off your little pieces. You ain't had nothing to eat off of for a couple of days. Well, now I'm back, so you can keep on asking for donations on your website, playing my voice. To all of my members of the NAFC, I don't even know what to say. I don't know. I don't know the NFAC. I don't know what to say. I have to salute each and every one of y'all that participated in the exercise in Louisville, which we're going to talk about tonight. But we know in order for me to talk about it, I got to teach a little bit. So I hope you brought your brain with you. Please don't bring your feelings. We may allow a little bit of that later on, but for the most part, you got to get into a couple of things. Now, I hope y'all noticed that when I came in and I took off of the new NFAC costume, as y'all like to call it. Some people thought I was wearing just an airsoft vest. Did y'all see that? But when you took that off, because some people, sometimes you got to take off the cover and see who's underneath so you can get to the core, to the nitty gritty of what's really going on. That's type 4 body armor. See, don't listen to these people. I just wanted to show you how stupid some people are who try to sound like they know what they're talking about. I seen it all. He running around. They're all the experts chimed in dead wrong about the love song. I'm going to let you know tonight. He on Facts Over Feelings and back in the place. Listen, y'all stop believing them lies, especially if they wasn't there. If you don't know what was going on, you should keep your mouth shut, because a few people about to get hit with a lawsuit. And I just want to see the look on their face when them lawsuits show up. And let's see them come on there and explain that. You see, there is such a thing called liable and slander. And if you slander somebody, oh, I hope your pockets are deep, my friend. See, because everything you say, you're going to have to prove it in a court of law. We're here on Facts Over Feelings tonight because a lot of people don't understand what's going on right now. I had to come before y'all tonight to explain what's going on. Can I explain to y'all what's going on? Let me tell you what's going on. What's going on is there are a bunch of people who suffer from insanity. Y'all don't stop. They're suffering from insanity, and here's how you know they're suffering from insanity. They're suffering from insanity because of the simple fact that they keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And if somebody comes along who does something different, they try to act like what they're doing is wrong. That is the definition of someone that's insane. And tonight, I have to indict everybody who thinks that what me and my people and the associates and all of y'all that feel the same way we feel in the black race, like we doing something wrong when everything that you've done over and over and over and over and over again has gotten you the same result. Zero, nothing, nada. I promise I'm working. Y'all got to work with it, brother. I'm trying to cut down on my curses. I'm down to one curse word a day. I want to acknowledge all of the students of the Most High that wrote me and pointed out in Scripture where it said this, that, and the third, that I had to digest, ingest, and now let me digress as I begin to confess that I too have been guilty sometimes of going off the rails and saying exactly what's appropriate at that time. But you have to remember something. The same way he wrote, you're not supposed to let a foul thing utter out the lips of those that teach his word. He invented those words. The same way tonight I'm going to teach you that if you're disobedient, he invented disobedience. No, that's not the same as freedom. I'm going to get into that tonight. I'm not going to unpack that yet. Put that back under the Christmas tree. We're going to get back into that in a minute. I want to focus, and I need y'all to roll with me. So let's put your helmets on, get your seatbelts going. We're taking our little trips tonight. You may need a few books. We'll call them up as we go. But for the most part, you have to understand that if you don't know what somebody's doing, number one, you shouldn't speak. And number two, if you do know what they're doing and you understand what's happening, then don't speak about what you see because you're supposed to know what was happening from the gate. You were supposed to have been in on the plan. You were supposed to have been read into how things was going to play out. It's kind of like when you was young and your mom and your daddy would take you to the circus. Y'all remember this? You would go to the circus and they got all kinds of stuff going. They got rides, they got cotton candy, they got games. But the one place that they had to take you, y'all remember this, was the spooky house. Remember the spooky house? You walk in one end and you had to walk all the way through the whole thing. And they had people in there they had already put them in place. Their jobs, everybody in there knew what they was going to do, but you didn't know what they was going to do. So you trying to walk through it, and they got the lights blanket, and they got pieces of cloth rubbing you on your head. Somebody will tap you on your damn shoulder, and then this dude jump out and the lights flash, and before you know it, somebody in your crew took off because they didn't see it coming. They gone. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to realize a lot of y'all are going through 2020 just like you're going through the scary house. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of twists and turns that's happening to you. And some of y'all, ooh, and some of y'all, and a couple of y'all just took off running. But my favorite person is the person that can't move at all. Everybody took off running. You look back, and that's when you realize they stuck in the corner like this. Because they can't accept that what they're seeing doesn't match what they always seen. I could not believe that I heard someone who's supposed to be learned in the community say he can't be these things because everybody before him did this and he's not doing that. You know how crazy you just sounded to me? And then you wonder why your people are questioning you. Not me. I'm not attacking you. I'm just telling the truth. Your own people are coming back and asking you questions about why did you say this and why are you teaching this and why did you lead us to believe this, when the truth of the matter is, looking at the things that's going on outside the window right now, looking at the way you feel inside of yourself right now. I'm not talking about nobody who are extra holy and rolling around talking about I got the spirit. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about the vibe that's in the air right now. And the vibe in the air right now, I smell change in the air. You understand what I'm saying? There's some change in the air. There's a vibration in my spirit right now that I feel. Y'all don't understand. You hear about them talking about in Jericho, they marched around the walls and they sang till the walls came down. Don't y'all know that every time you make ancestral noise, you are inciting a sound and a vibration? It's not just a sound. It is a weapon. Did you know that? Do you know that sound is a weapon? Don't you think I'm tuning up a weapon right now? Y'all act like y'all don't believe none of this stuff happened because you done forgot how to do it. We're going to wake a few things up around here, but I want y'all to understand that where I want to start tonight, and I think a lot of y'all are familiar with what I'm going to talk about here, but I think that some people don't understand that we think differently. We think outside the box. And I'm speaking in reference to the follow-up action that happened in Louisville in response to Breonna Taylor still not having anybody locked up after 100 and some odd days of her death. You see, when you think on low vibration levels, you think low vibration thoughts. You don't think in any type of complex fashion. You don't know how to think three-dimensional. You just think one way, forward and backwards. That's your whole, it either went this way or it went that way. That's how you function. What you fail to realize is, those of us that are in tune with the Most High, we can think in three dimensions. Forward, backwards, down, up, side to side, even in a circle. We three-dimensional thinkers. We thinking in places you haven't even thought. We've done things you haven't thought of doing. We've already done things you ain't thought of doing and put together a plan and a backup plan and an exit strategy just in case things go wrong. We've thought this thing out. You ever done something and not thought it all the way out? And then somebody go, you didn't think that out, did it? You ever been in that situation? Of course you have. We all have. But in this particular instance, people question. First you praise, then you question, then you hate. That's your order. First you praise, then you question, then you hate. Y'all say it with me. First you praise, then you question, then you hate. And the reason you question, because you didn't realize that what you were praising was something that was already thought out. But then when you try to examine it, because you wasn't in the meeting, you don't know what you're looking at. So then your questions don't get answered, so you resort to hating. I told you by default, that's what y'all do. We like to hate by default. We go there first and have to be convinced to come over to agreement. We don't agree first and then find some doubt, and now we got to be brought back. We do it backwards. I don't like her. Well, why don't you like her? I don't even know. You don't know why you don't like her? I don't like her. Then about 6 weeks later, you know, I really didn't like you when I first met you, but you cooler than a fan. You're backwards. Am I teaching here? So, if you didn't know what you was looking at, first of all, you should have observed. But if you had an idea of what you was looking at, how deep did you look? So let me break something down for you. You see, if you try to do something to these people who've done something to you, you have to remember they have different areas of vulnerability. You see, some people, if they want to hurt the United States, then all they have to do is send their military over here, and they're met with brute force, and there's this huge fight, and everything goes crazy, and we don't know what's going on in the whole 9 yards. Right? Okay, we know that for a fact. But y'all hold on a second. Y'all know they messing with our broadcast. Y'all know they messing with it. Let me go ahead and turn on the news stuff. See, look. They don't want us to be successful at all. Not up in here. This is the most interrupted live stream. Every time I get to rolling, it come right back. Y'all back with us. They messing with us. Ain't it a shame what they did at the Derby? We must be doing something right over here, Facts Over Feeling. I love it. YouTube, y'all was okay, but y'all was messing. Every platform was messing around. And don't talk to me about Facebook no more. I'm no longer on Facebook. I've been banned from Facebook. Matter of fact, everything that says NFAC has been wiped off of Facebook. We don't exist. I am forbidden on Facebook. This is owned by Facebook. That's what makes it so crazy. I'm over here on Instagram, which is owned by Facebook, but I'm banned from Facebook. I wasn't even there to get banned. I just got to notice you banned, and all your peoples is banned. And I'm like, well, damn. So I told y'all about posting NFAC on everything, but you didn't listen. Big shout out to my Haitian brothers, but you didn't listen. And now big shout out to Miami people, but you didn't listen. Big shout out ATL, but you didn't listen. Big shout out to Big Tex. Big, you didn't listen. And they got you. Never build your house on another man's land. Never do that. But getting back to what I was saying, we know that you can attack on different levels. Well, force is one way, but there are other ways to get people's attention, to do what you want them to do. And if it's one thing, I hate to go there, white people, because y'all know this is a pro-black channel. If you ain't black, step back. Your money. Yeah. Your money. Yep. You see, when people don't care no more, your money means nothing. Whatever you treasure, your people don't. We have a saying in the hood, never let your heart walk around on the outside of your body. What that means is, we don't have to touch you. We'll touch what you love. And in this particular case, it was your money, Kentucky. You see, y'all thought we was going down there to act like barbarians. No. We are legally armed U.S. citizens of the black persuasion who are smart enough to know that when we're armed, you don't bother us. When we're armed, you don't attack us. When we're armed, you don't tase us. When we're armed, y'all see what's happening? Are y'all catching on? When you're armed, we're not put in chokeholds. When you're armed, we're not asked where we're going or where we've been. When we're armed, we're not even asked for our ID. When we're armed, we have very nice conversation. When we are armed, they serve and they protect us. Haven't y'all noticed that? And because you're not used to seeing it, you think there's something wrong with it. But you stand there with a sign and an attitude and you wonder why they tase you and gas you and beat you. And then when you get into it with them on the street, if you ever notice, they always outnumber you. So then they jump you and you end up in some type of an incident. But anytime they're outnumbered and outgunned, they're very nice people. So my people who are listening to me tonight, lesson number one, arm yourselves. I can't make it no more plainer than that. I don't want to come out here and start advocating nothing. But I know one thing, for you not to have a weapon as a black person today is about the equivalent of you living at home with no telephone. That is required hardware from now. And when you get up in the morning, instead of just reaching for your phone, you need to reach for you. You gotta get up in the morning and be like, man, I just woke up. I don't know what I'm gonna do, dog. You know, I'm gonna need to go there and get something to eat, dog. You know, yup, man. Yup. You gotta be one of those type people. Because the way this country is deteriorating, and are you watching what they're doing in the so-called leadership? Oh, they about to pull an okie doke. People asking me, when are we leaving, Jay? I can't get y'all to get on one accord. How am I going to get you to leave? Let me tell you something. I really don't understand. I'm just putting this out. I don't know how the hell they got all us on the boat to bring us over this. Can you imagine? Here come the comedy. Can you imagine on the day that they would come in to get the slave, to get the people to enslave them? And, because they said they had brothers and sisters working along, and we know who that was, but that's another class. Can you imagine? Some people believe, hey man, they coming to get us next Wednesday, we're gonna be slaves, y'all better come on, man, nobody going nowhere, man, you always talking that slave stuff, man, woo. You got another cat like, well, when they come, I'm just gonna ask them, can I get a job? All this craziness is going on. I don't see how they got all of us on the boat together. Y'all talking about y'all want to leave this place and go establish a place where we can have our own destiny, but y'all can't get on one accord. Y'all too busy fighting over petty stuff. But I digress. You want to think that we function on a lower vibration level. No, we don't. You see, we thought weeks ago when we said, now how can we go back into Louisville and not do what they expect us to do? While all of y'all was sitting around waiting for us to do what you expected us to do, which is the dumbest thing to do. I'm not going to announce what we're really going to do. We're going to come back and burn the town down. Y'all running around, oh my God, you're going to burn the town down. Oh. We won't think about no goddamn town. We found out something else. Let me help y'all out. You know I had to do a study. And when I did the study, I was shocked to find out that every year they got this racetrack where they make somewhere around $180 million. $180 million. And it sits in the hood, and then none of that money going back into the hood. The gentrification is incredible. Oh, no. If you don't want to listen to the people in the street, if you don't want to listen to the people come, if you don't even want to listen to us, I know you'll listen to your wallet when it get empty. Oh, yes, you will. Yes, you will. It's going to be all right, partner. You see, they did do one thing back in the 60s that we remember. They boycotted and cost them money. When they boycotted the buses, nobody was riding the buses. Nobody lost so much money. They had to come back to the table and like, okay. See, that's the purpose of boycotting. That's the purpose of protesting. You protest to a means. You protest to a goal. And it's okay to be upset, but you got to want something out of it. Yeah, not something that you're wishing for. There's got to be something that makes them uncomfortable, that they're going to say, okay. So here come the okay, y'all. Okay, let me teach you a little bit. We got to straighten it out. Let me straighten it out for you real quick. If you got, let me see, it's best if you use the Slave Master's Bible, because if I go and I look in the Kemetic text, I'm going to lose everybody. So somewhere around Proverbs 11:4-ish, help me out if I'm wrong, y'all look it up. It says, wealth is worthless in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. I'm going to say it again. Wealth is worthless in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. And I got to break that down. That's the whole situation right there. Wealth is worthless. What do you mean wealth is worthless? Notice they didn't say riches. They said wealth. And if you don't know the difference, can I teach you a little bit from some of my economics folks? The difference between being wealthy and being rich. The craziest part about this whole experience for me personally, I can say this, is that none of you ever, and this is how we are, it's not your fault what I'm about to say, so don't nobody get offended. Please don't get offended. I'm just telling the truth, and it's going to make sense to you when I say this. But a lot of people have been conditioned to believe that what we're doing, that the black people, none of us are wealthy. None of us are rich. Because you don't recognize no athletes or rappers or none of these bleeding people. So instantly the money must come from somewhere else. It never occurred to you that I could be independently wealthy and that's why I can do what the hell I want. Who's paying me? How about I'm paying me? Who's paying them? How about I'm paying them? How about y'all don't want me to start pulling out receipts around here? I'm going to start pulling out rent receipts. I'm going to start pulling out bail receipts. I'm going to start pulling out paying people child support all from receipts. I'm going to start pulling out, oh, y'all know y'all don't want me to start pulling out no receipts around here. Did it ever occur to y'all that the reason that the money is there is because we don't need it from nobody because we already got it? God bless the child that has his own, but we've been conditioned to think that when one of us is willing to dedicate his resources, one of us is willing to dedicate his time, and one of us is willing to dedicate his life for the sole purpose of liberating his people and ask for nothing in return, that you actually do it, and you got the audacity to sit there and think, oh, it's just another poor, broke N-word, Nick. No, it's not.
I see the big old flexing for Giannos in the parking lot. Hanging with the dealers, I just went and bought another watch. I just made a super stretch, think I need another pot. Bougie got some super cat, I just bought another one. Automatic zipper catch, yeah, that's a super flex. About to turn up on my ex, yeah, that's a super flex.